Hello everyone, welcome to the webinar. First of all guys, please do let me know you can see my screen and hear my voice. And we've got so many people on, and I do want to mention this before we go any further. The room is just about full, okay? So I'm not going to spend too much time rambling at the start, but what I will say is if you go out of the room you might not get back in. Because it's a long time since I've done one of these webinars. We've got Ulrich, we've got Patrick, we've got Richard, we've got David from Dorset, we've got another Richard from Canada, Roger from Michigan, we've got John in Oxfordshire, we've got Kev from Siam, we've got David from Las Vegas, Viva Las Vegas, Denise, North Carolina, we've got Keelan from New Zealand. Happy birthday, Roger. It's Roger's birthday. Right, my chat is literally exploding, guys. So we are good to go. So obviously this first slide here, you were looking at the award I have just received from ClickBank that basically informed me I had made platinum seller status, and I am in the top 1% of all of the people who use ClickBank. Now, ClickBank is a huge marketplace, and this is quite an achievement, and I'm going to share with you exactly how I did this and exactly how you can do this. That's the most important thing, exactly how you can do this. So even if you think you can't do this, if you just give me a little bit of time, I'm going to completely change your mindset and show you how this can be done in record time. So you're going to discover the proven formula to generate 6 figures online in record time. Okay, now it can be done a lot sooner than 12 months. I don't want to make you think that 6 figures is 12 months away. It can start to happen much sooner. Okay, but I mean, I'm sure most of us, especially people who are starting out, would take 6 figures in the next 12 months. I know I would if I was just starting out today. I do have to give you this disclaimer. We're all adults in this room, and some people can make an absolute ton of money with what I'm about to share. Some people will make absolutely zero because they will do no work. I don't know your work ethic. I don't know where you're at in your business, but some things are out of my control. All I can do is show you how it's done, and then the rest is up to you. And I will say it does take work. Okay, this is not one of those pie in the sky dream offers where I promise you money for doing nothing. You have to put work in. But the fact you're actually on this webinar tells me you've already got what it takes. Because believe me, a lot of people will register for webinars and then they either wait for the replay or don't turn up. But you're here, and I want to congratulate you for already taking action. So I'm going to show you that I personally used this system to generate over $1.2 million on JVZoo alone. There's some screenshots there from my JVZoo account, and you can see the top amount, the 565, is my sales as a vendor, and the bottom amount, the 435, is my sales as an affiliate. Now, what I do want to say right away is I would not be earning the figures as an affiliate if it wasn't for the figures as a vendor. Okay, I'm going to delve into affiliate marketing pretty soon, and the two go hand in hand. You won't find many successful affiliates who are not also successful vendors, basically selling their own products and services. And I just want to show you this from JVZoo as well. I made top 3% as a seller and top 1% as an affiliate, and you can see I've actually done more sales as an affiliate than as a vendor, so that does show you how that works. So I mean, that's almost 80,000 sales on JVZoo alone. I've also generated well over $1.3 million on ClickBank. The figure is actually a little bit higher. This is a little bit of an older screenshot. I've just been lazy and I haven't updated this slide. But you can see there, I couldn't get actual stats because some of my ClickBank accounts go way back to 2006. But they kindly gave me a sort of a spreadsheet which I could make this nice looking graph out of. But if you look along the bottom, those are my actual ClickBank accounts. Okay, and if you look up the left hand side, you can see the amounts those accounts have done. Sometimes we have fantastic days and weeks on ClickBank. You can see there. There's 100 grand in 2 weeks right in the middle of your screen. I'm not going to, it's not like that every single fortnight, but most weeks I do quite well. I'm also going to be giving you a live demo, so you're going to see all of this live, how this works, I'm going to explain everything live to you. I'm going to give you everything you need, not just the information. I'm going to give you tools as well. Okay, so more screenshots from JVZoo there, just some typical daily earnings. Now I don't earn $10,427 every day on JVZoo. That would be nice, but I do generally do over $1,000 a day on average on JVZoo as a vendor and as an affiliate. Okay, so I just wanted to get that out of the way. Some more screenshots from ClickBank. I've also started to finally get over my little hump of getting on stage, and I'm now, I've done a few presentations on stage now. That was actually the very first time I did it at Omar Martin's event, which was in September 2019, and that was a major hurdle for me. So what I do want to say here is sometimes we might be afraid to take that leap of faith, that step, and for me it was getting on stage. And I actually, once I'd done it, I thought, what was I worried about? So just that might help you somehow. Sometimes you're going to get hurdles put in front of you, or you're going to think you can't do something. Well, hopefully after watching and attending this webinar, you're going to think differently. But this is actually not about me, okay? This is not about me. This is about the results that my training has got other people, and more importantly, what it can do for you. So this is John Botel. He basically had a 6-figure launch within 90 days of joining me. 6 figures within 90 days, which was absolutely fantastic. So let me ask you, how would it feel if 90 days from now you could generate 6 figures online? Let me know how that would feel. Feel free to type away in the question box. This is also the exact same formula I'm going to share with you that generated $50,000 in 7 days for Trevor McAfee. Okay, he absolutely smashed it with his launch, and you can see here the sort of results he had. He actually dominated the top 10 in JVZoo at this particular time. This was his funnel. That was his main offer at the top, and then 2 of the products in his funnel, his one-time offers, if that's what you want to call it. And you can see in the bottom there, he did $49,645. Obviously he's way surpassed that now. And just looking there, Roy saying that will be fantastic to generate 6 figures anytime. 6 figures will be fantastic. George says it would be amazing. From Jane, I mean, yeah, of course it would. I mean, it's one of those questions where the answer's obvious. But as well, this is a sort of results people who have followed me have got. Okay, these are their sort of JVZoo profiles, and you can see, I mean, if you look at Omar there, 37,000+ sales as a vendor. Shelley Penny, 8,000+ sales. Dan Sumner, 8,500. I'm just looking around here. Simon Phillips, 10,000+. Jeremiah Villagomez, 7,000+. So you can see we're not just talking, we're not talking a handful of sales here. We're talking thousands and thousands and thousands of sales. And again, I'm going to break all of this down for you. I also encourage you to take notes and ask questions. We've actually got someone in answering questions as well, so if you type any questions in the question box as I go through this presentation, they will be answered for you. I'll also take questions at the very end as well, and if I do see any questions come in as I'm going through this, I'll do my very best. But sometimes I get in like a presentation mode and I might miss that. So if I do miss your question, it should get answered in chat, but if it doesn't get answered, I'll catch it at the end. So if you stick around, I promise that if you see it through to the end of this presentation, you are going to be in a great position to generate 6 figures online in record time. You are going to discover absolutely everything I know. And also, if you do stick around, I'm going to give you all of the slides. I'm going to give you the complete recording, mind maps, and a success blueprint along with a cheat sheet. You're going to get everything, but you have to stay to the end, okay? I can go into my attendee report and I can see who stayed to the end, and within 24 hours, check your inbox, I'll mail that out to you, okay? So as long as you stick around, you're going to get that as well. So if you miss anything, if there's something you weren't sure of, you want to go over it again, I'm going to give you everything you need, okay? So you're going to get even more if you stick around. So first of all, I want to talk about how I got started online. And I will do my very best to try and keep this under 2 minutes. Basically, I used to work at the Nissan car plant, which is actually not very far from where I am right now. I was a human robot. And if you look at the image on the left-hand side there, you can see the parts on the left-hand side of the picture, and you've got the doors. Now imagine those doors coming towards you. I used to have to fit various parts to the doors, and it was something you had to do over and over and over again. Like I say, you were basically a human robot. It was It was not a very nice place to work. Now, the pay was actually okay. It was one of those places where if you didn't have any decent qualifications, the pay was actually quite good. But I just had to get out. And now, today, I'm actually sat in the same room on a newer computer than the one in the picture, but I've got my own purpose-built office here in the northeast of England. And I'm going to briefly explain how that happened. If you look at the date on this screenshot, this is from my early days when I used to do eBay. You can see I joined eBay on November 23rd, 2002. Almost straight away, I discovered eBay almost by accident, but almost straight away I saw that people were doing very, very well on eBay. One of the good things about eBay is you can go and look at a seller's profile. You can actually see every single sale they make. Now, that's not a really good thing if you actually are a seller, because you get copycats. But I thought to myself, I'm going to try and do something on eBay. So I tried all sorts of different things. And one of the biggest failures I had was buying a ton of cell phone accessories in bulk. I literally spent about $2,000 on various phone cases, antennas. I don't know if you guys can remember the stickers back in the day, what you would put on your phone to stop your brain frying. I was trying to sell that sort of stuff. So I was buying it in bulk and trying to sell it. I probably made about $10 if I was lucky, and I had a room full of stuff that I couldn't get couldn't shift. And the main reason was obviously phones update so fast, and within a few months are out of date. So anyway, I ended up buying a CD-ROM full of ebooks with resale rights, and I paid it was around the $50 mark for this CD. Now, when it came to my house, I realised that I'd spent about $50, and I realised that this person had spent about $4 to $5 to get it to me. So they've made a massive profit. They've made literally about $45 profit. And I thought, wow, that's amazing. And everything on this CD had resale rights. So I thought, I'm going to do the same. So I literally almost copied the listing and put it on eBay. The problem was everyone else started to do it, and literally the price was dropping and dropping and dropping. And I don't know if you know eBay, but if you put a listing up, then it doesn't sell. You've got to pay for the fees, and I ended up losing money. But my breakthrough came was when I started to sell these ebooks individually. So I went through the collection of ebooks, and I picked out the best ones, and I started selling them for about $1 or $2. Most of the time, just $1 or $2, and it did really well. Now, the main reason it did really well, because if you want to get your eBay feedback up, you could buy something for $1 and get a feedback point. So over about the course of 6 months, I learned to automate the whole process. So you could come to me on eBay, you could see one of my listings, buy an ebook, you could then have it delivered automatically, feedback will be left automatically, and then over the course of a few more months, I learned to take you to a download page, try and get you on my mailing list, etc. So I did okay. I was doing about 100 to 150 sales a day. But then I had another breakthrough moment where I said to myself, hold on, maybe other people would want to learn how I do this, and I could maybe teach them, and then I could give them all of the material because everything had resale rights, and I wonder how that will go. So I put together a course which taught how to do it, and at the time it was just a simple PDF with pictures showing people how to automate feedback, how to deliver ebooks automatically, how to do everything. And I sold it for $97 a time, and most days I was selling between 5 and 15 copies. So this is the first little thing I want to mention here. If you perfect a system, you will usually make much more money teaching the system. I found a way to teach people what I'd learned and instantly 10x my income. Instead of making $100 to $150 per day, I was making $1,000 to $1,500 a day. So it doesn't matter what it is. If you find a way to build a list, to get traffic, to have success with WordPress, to have success on Facebook, to use Facebook groups, whatever it may be, if you get it to work, you will usually find that you'll generate even more income by teaching it. Okay, so you might want to write that down or take a screenshot of this, because it's very, very important, because ever since then, I've just learned new things and taught them. That's literally all I've done, and 9 times out of 10 when I learn something new, I'll do well, and then I'll teach it and do even better. Okay, so I basically changed my life thanks to the internet. I've gone from working in a car plant, having to get up at 5 a.m. in the morning to do shift work and day shift and night shift, to literally running my own business and choosing when I want to go to work. If I want to take a week off next week, I can. If I want to work 12 hours tomorrow, I can. The choice is mine. Okay. Now, to get there took me a long time. I started trying to make money online in in around 2002, and it was June the 3rd, 2006 before I was in a position to quit my job. So it took me over almost 5 years by the time I left the car plant. But ever since I did that, I haven't looked back. Now, I made so many mistakes you would not believe. I made just about every single possible mistake you could make, and I did so many things wrong, lost money in a lot of places, wasted a lot of time. But because I've made all of these mistakes, and because I've managed to figure this out, I can show you how to get from A to B in record time. Okay, so that's what it's going to be about, guys. Are you ready for me to share this with you? Are you ready to get to A to B, from A to B in record time, and B is 6 figures? I want to see some comments, guys. I want to see that you're with me. So do let me know you're still here. All right, chat just exploded there. Fantastic. Right, and so hopefully, I have to tell my story because I'm nobody special. And I do want you guys to get that. I'm absolutely nobody special, and no special qualifications. And I believe if I can do this, absolutely anybody can, okay? So the first thing I want to talk about is a survey I've been running for a number of years now. And you can actually see it's been running since 2012. Basically, I've been sending this survey out when people opt into my mailing list, or when people sign up for webinars or training or things like that. And the more people that's took this survey, the more accurate it's got. You can see we've had over 4,000 people actually go through this survey, and I do want to share some things with you that might open your eyes here. So some of the questions that were asked were, have you ever bought a product that was promised it would be easy to make money online? And look what was the result here. 94% said yes, they've bought a product that promised it would be easy to make money online. Now that doesn't surprise me at all, because we all know about the hype in this industry. We know the hype online. We know there are sellers out there who will paint a picture about everything being easy. I've seen it so many times, and I'm sure you have, and I'm sure you've bought products that have promised this, and then the reality is you've got to do a ton of work. Now, what I am here to tell you on this webinar is you're going to have to work. If you want to be truly successful online, you are going to have to work, and there's no way around that. And the thing is, a lot of people, they get caught in this cycle where they'll buy something that promises easy money, try it for a week or two, doesn't work, buy something else, same thing happens, doesn't work, and they get caught in this cycle where all they are doing is spending money and literally buying stuff that they can't get to work. Which leads me to my second question. Out of all of the products you bought online, how many have failed to deliver on what they promised? And look at this response. 24%, that's almost 1 in 4, said every single product they've bought has failed to deliver. 58% said most. And you can see, basically what's happening here is people are buying products online and they're getting disappointed with the results. Okay, so that's a pattern I've already spotted with this survey. Look at this one. Do you trust most online marketers? 88%. Almost 9 out of 10 people do not trust most online marketers. So why is that? Why do we think that is? Well, for me, it's because marketers are selling the dream and the products don't deliver. And can you guys relate to this? Have you ever bought something where you read the sales page and you get excited and it's promising you, whatever, spend 20 minutes on your laptop and make your first sale, whatever, and then the reality is it just doesn't work. And yes, the chat's exploded again. I mean, we've seen that happen so many times. And again, it's just because marketers are using clever sales copy and not delivering on what they promise. Now this one is a big one, and I will elaborate a little bit more on this one. How much would you estimate you've spent online so far in order to become successful? And this one shocked me. You can see here that 41% have spent up to $5,000, which is quite a tidy sum of money. 17% up to $10,000, 10% up to $25,000. But if you look, 5% have spent over $25,000 in order to become successful. And it just hasn't worked. Now, I know what a lot of people do when they spend this sort of money. They'll buy something that's done for you. So they might buy a complete funnel in a box, or a product to get a license to sell it. And while that can be good and while it can make you money, if you're just starting out, you might pay 10 grand for something like this, or even more, and then it's given to you. What do you do then? Most people don't know how to drive traffic, and they're not in a position to drive traffic. But more importantly, you're not learning the process of product creation. So if you spend 10 grand on a business in a box, you're not learning how to create that business in a box. You're much better off investing some time rather than a huge amount of money and learning the process, which again is what we'll be discussing later. So unless you've got a large mailing list or you're an expert with paid traffic or something like that, stay away from these sort of offers because you won't get them to work. And I've spoken to so many people over the years where they've told me about, they've told me names of marketers I actually know where they've spent a huge sum of money, sometimes 20, 25 grand a time, and they haven't got any results for their efforts. Now look at this one. How long have you been building an online business? How long have you been working on it? So you can see over 5 years, 36%. So that's over 3 people in 10 over 5 years. 16% between 1 and 5 years. So that's over half of the people surveyed here have been spending a long time doing this. Look at this question. Did you hit your income goals last year? Look at this one. 91% said no. And that is pretty sad. So you've got people spending huge amounts of money and not getting anywhere. Now, here's why I believe that's happening. Have you ever created your own product? 77% said no. So that's almost 8 out of 10 people have not created their own product. Do you have a mailing list? 72% said no. Now, would I be right in thinking you've been told many times the money is in the list? I'm sure you will agree. We get told this day in and day out. Let me tell you, it's true. You are on this webinar right now because either myself or someone else has sent you here, and they've sent you an email and you've clicked a link and you've registered and now you're here. If that doesn't show you how important building a list is, I don't know what will, because nothing is more important. There's a lot of factors when you do build a list. There's right ways and wrong ways to market to your list, but ultimately you have to be building a mailing list. Okay, now that's something else I want you to take away from this. If you're not doing it, it's something you should look at actioning as soon as this webinar is over. So I want to dig a little bit deeper here and show you some patterns. We've got people spending a long time working on building a business, but they don't have a mailing list and they have never created their own product. And we've also got people spending huge amounts of money, and again, they don't have a mailing list and they haven't created their own product. That is the ultimate pattern there. Basically, you have to be doing this. And this takes me to this part of the presentation where I want to talk about affiliate marketing. A lot of the time, when starting out, you'll see a lot of marketers telling you to do affiliate marketing. They'll say, it's the perfect business model. You don't have to create any products. You don't have to provide support. All you have to do is send the traffic and bank the money, which in theory is absolutely fine. But I'm going to show you why this, for me, and in my opinion, it's not the right way to go. So if you look at this example here, that's you on the left, and that's me on the right. And that is my product called Simple Traffic Solutions, which is basically a traffic product. It teaches everything I know about driving traffic. So you send me traffic, you make a sale, I send you a commission. That is pretty standard how it works. Any affiliate related offer, you get an affiliate link, you send traffic, you get a commission. Sounds fantastic in theory. However, the one big thing here is you can only capitalize on the traffic you send. So you can only make money from your traffic. Whereas I am the product creator, I can generate sales and get traffic from all of these other affiliates. Now these are affiliates of the affiliates that's competing with you. They're competing with you in the search engines. They're competing with you by mailing to the same subscribers as you. You're basically fighting with all of these other affiliates to get traffic. Now some of these affiliates might be expert bloggers, some of these affiliates might be experts with SEO, some of these might know how to get loads of traffic from solo ads or social media. I don't have to learn any of that. Now you can't master all of those methods. You might master one and you might do okay, but wouldn't you rather be the guy on the right? Wouldn't you rather be the vendor? I mean, answer me, would you rather be the guy on the left or the guy on the right? Obviously that's a no-brainer question. You would be the guy on the right. Because when you put something like this together, while you might have to put some work in getting it together, once you've done it, you don't have to do anything to drive traffic. The affiliates drive the traffic for you. As long as you put a good enough offer together, affiliates will promote it. And yeah, right. Of course, the right. I'd rather be on the right. Yeah, tons and tons of people are saying the right, which of course, I mean, it makes sense. So when someone says to you, you should be starting out affiliate marketing, why would you want to do that when all you are going to do is struggle? You might make $100 here, $100 there, but if you want to really, really get results, you want to be the guy on the right. Okay? And I just want to show you here, if you do put a good offer together, which I'm going to show you how to do, that's a sort of affiliate attraction you can get. I've had 74,799 affiliates on JVZoo alone apply to promote my products. So imagine if those affiliates sent me 1 click per day each, how much traffic I would get. Now in reality that doesn't really happen. Most of the traffic comes from about 5% of my affiliates. But the point I'm trying to make here is, if you put an attractive offer together and you build it out right, then affiliates will be promoting it for you. They'll crawl over each other to promote it for you. So this is the proven formula, which we're going to delve deeper. Basically, the proven formula to generate major success online is selling your own products and services. Okay. Now, before you go running to the hills thinking, I can't do this, John, I'm going to break it down. I'm going to show you how easy it can be. Well, the first thing I want to say is product creation is not as hard as you think. Now, if you came to me 10 years ago and said, John, there's no way I can do this, I would have still said you can do it, but I would have thought, yeah, for some people it's very hard, because we had to use, we had to build membership sites, we had to use code, we had to use HTML code, or we had to use Front Page Express or Dreamweaver. Even putting a WordPress blog online, involved creating databases. Now we can put a WordPress blog online in 4 clicks. It takes about 30 seconds, where back in the day it would maybe take you an hour. We can protect our content very easily and things like that. So gone are the days of learning HTML, FTP, databases, blah, blah, blah. Okay. In fact, these days you don't even need a hosting account to launch a product. The likes of JVZoo and Warrior Plus will host content for you. You can host a PDF on their servers. So while I don't advise you do this, you could literally create something and you don't even need a hosting account. So we're going to go a little bit deeper here. And I want to talk about why you should be doing this. Why sell digital products? Well, the first thing is you can do this on a shoestring budget. Okay? You don't need to invest hundreds of thousands of dollars on a startup. You don't have to buy a building or an office or rent an office or whatever. You can do this with an internet connection and a laptop. That's it. That's all you need. And I know you have an internet connection or you wouldn't be here right now. And I'm guessing you're watching on a computer. So you actually have everything it takes to start this business up. If you wanted to open a franchise of a business, you might be looking at $100,000 just to get started, or even more. I mean, I do believe to get started in a McDonald's franchise, you're looking at nearly $1 million. So, and there's huge risk. There's just the worst thing that we can risk here. The only thing we're really risking is a little bit of time. We're not doing anything which is going to hurt us financially. We're not, remortgaging the house or taking out a huge loan from the bank. All we have to do is learn this stuff and implement it. You also have an unlimited supply of stock. And what I mean by that is, if you had a brick and mortar business or a brick and mortar store, you're going to have to hold stock. I'm thinking back now to when I was selling these cell phone accessories on eBay. The back room of our house was full of boxes and boxes and boxes of stock, which I couldn't shift and ended up throwing out eventually. But in the digital age, we're selling ones and zeros, fresh air. It's in the cloud. So you can create something once and sell it 1 million times. Think about that for a moment. You could create something once and sell it 1 million times. And you've only got to do it once. Think about that. And you can automate it 24/7. The beauty of the way we are, the way the internet is now, and with all the tools we've got, is you can literally sell something and you don't have to lift a finger. There'll be someone in the world right now looking at one of my offers and clicking that buy button. I'll be selling products while doing this webinar. And I don't have to lift a finger. Now, yes, you have to put some work in to get it together, but once it's done, that's it. How many businesses are there out there that can do this? You know, unless you're the boss of a huge company, you're not going to be doing anything automated. You're going to be working hard. You know, you see people who have their own businesses, have their own restaurants, and they have their own stores and plumbing businesses. Most people like that are working 12 hours a day just to make ends meet. We don't have to do that. You also have a worldwide audience. This means you can sell to someone on the other side of the world while you're in bed asleep. Again, the local plumber can't do that. The local bricklayer can't do that. He can only work in his local area. Or at the very least, he might travel a little bit, but he can't make money from someone on the other side of the world. The chances of that happening are minuscule. So again, you can be lying in bed asleep, or sitting on the beach sipping a pina colada, or lying in a swimming pool, whatever, while people are buying your products. And these people could be from the other side of the world. You can also work from anywhere in the world. As long as you can get internet and you have a laptop, you can run this business, you can build this business. You could be traveling the world while doing this. If the moon had an internet connection and oxygen, you could run this business from the moon. As long as you can connect to the internet, you can run this business. Now think about this for a moment. What other business model is there out there where you can do this? I can't think of any. We are so fortunate to be in this digital age, and I think a lot of people don't realise the opportunity that we've all got to actually do something online and make real money. And once you get it going, yes, you're going to have to work to get it going, but once you get it going, you are literally making money in your sleep. So the key to doing this is to come up with an offer, drive traffic, build a mailing list, and automate the process. Now, like I said, I'm going to break this down for you. I'm going to show you how you do this. So how do we create an offer? You might be asking, well, here's how we do it. The first thing we have to do is find a hungry market. I love that picture. We have to find where people are buying digital goods. Now, you may have heard in the past that you should be doing keyword research. You know, you should be going to Google and seeing what words are getting searched for. You know, a keyword that might be getting searched for 30,000 times a month is a good keyword to go into. Well, I would disagree. Because just because someone is searching for something, it doesn't mean they've got their credit card in their hand. And, you know, how often do you go to Google and search for something where you know you're not going to spend money? But it's different when people are looking for solutions and they're going to digital marketplaces and they're seeing offers. Then they are ready to buy. So in my opinion, forget keyword research, okay? Forget trying to find search terms on Google. Go where people are actually spending the money on digital products and services and find out what's selling. So in this example here, we're using JVZoo. So we can go to JVZoo, we can click find products, and we can look at the top sellers every single day. And we can see what type of products are selling. Now over time, you will see patterns. So that's the top sellers there for the day. That's the top sellers the day before. We can also do keyword research in the marketplaces, not on Google. So in this example, I'm using the word blog, and you can see that there is a ton of products related to blogging selling thousands and thousands of copies on JVZoo alone. We can also go to the ClickBank marketplace. You click on the hot topics on the left hand side, you can see there's all sorts of different topics. Some of the topics I can't believe people are making money in, but some people are making millions and millions of dollars, sometimes by selling keto recipes or diet guides or fitness products. You know, even though that information's out there online, people are still paying for it in these digital marketplaces. So if we went to ClickBank and we put in the word blog, we can see that there's a ton of products out there getting sold. And this is just an example of one product out there. And this product is probably doing at least 6 figures a month because I've looked at how well it sells. It's not my product, but this is just about it's about blogging. So you can see, if you dig hard enough, you can see what's selling. You can find out the trends. You can see the sort of products people are buying, and then of course you can delve deeper, and you can go to places like the Warrior Forum. So in this instance, I've just searched for the word blogging, and you can see if you look at the top arrow, blogging tips for new bloggers, top 5 blogging tips. What are those top 5 blogging tips? You've got someone else asking for help for a new blogger. What do they need help with? What answers are they getting? So basically what we do, we find topics that we know people are spending money, so we go to the marketplaces to discover that, and then we start to do our research. So we can come to forums like this and do our research. So that's what we want to do now. Basically, we want to look for forums, places like the Warrior Forum. That's at warriorforum.com for anyone who doesn't know. It's an internet marketing forum. You'll find a wealth of information in there. You can go to actual blogs. You'll definitely find blogs related to blogging or whatever niche topic you're searching for. You can go to marketplaces such as JVZoo, Warrior Plus, ClickBank, Pay.com. There's many more out there. And again, look at what's selling. Keep your eye on the top 10 every day and just see what sort of products are selling. You can buy other marketers' products. So if I was going to put a blogging product together, I would buy that product I've just shown you, the A-list blogger, and I would probably buy a few more products just to see what sort of stuff is getting taught. Now, you don't buy products to copy. I must stress that you're not buying anything to copy, but you can buy products for research purposes, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with doing that. Then, of course, we've got social media. The likes of Twitter, likes of Facebook, Facebook groups, Facebook pages. Again, you'll find a wealth of information. There's every chance you're in quite a few Facebook marketing groups, and if you stop in there long enough, you will see trends. You will see people asking for help. You'll see other people giving help, and a lot of the time, when you see people repeatedly asking the same question, which is what I do a lot, especially in the forums, if you see people asking a similar topic, you can think, okay, I've got a lot of people asking this here. Can I solve that problem for them? And if you can do that, that's a product idea. So we do our research, we come up with our topics, we come up with our ideas. Now, when I say do our research, I don't mean spend 10 minutes doing this. I mean spend a few days doing this. I mean, if I research blogging for 6 hours today, I could spend 2 hours talking about how I did it. And at the end of it, I'd have a product idea. So, this is not just something you do in 10 minutes, okay? You do have to spend a little bit of time on this. But then we put our product together. We create a product to sell online. So in the examples I'm going to talk about from here on, I'm going to mention blogging, okay? We're going to use blogging as an example because I know people want to learn blogging. I know people are buying blogging-related products. I've seen other people making tons and tons of money from blogging-related products, and that's what I'm going to talk about. So that's what we're doing. We're feeding the hunger. Basically, people want to learn how to blog, so I'm going to give you an example of how I put a product together that would teach that. Is it okay if I do that, guys? I do want to make sure you're still with me. So can I show you how I would put a blogging-related product together that is nice and easy to copy? Fantastic. Right. Yes. Okay. There's always a little delay. Sure. Yes. Do it. Okay. Right then. So, first thing I want to talk about is mind mapping. Okay. So, when I used to create a new product, I used to buy a notepad and a pen just for that product. I'd always buy a brand new pen as well. I don't know why. So I buy my brand new notepad and my brand new pen, write down all my ideas in there, maybe create my chapters or my modules. And I still sometimes do that, but then I discovered mind mapping. And basically, when you do mind mapping, you just have an idea and things start to branch out. So you can see here in this example, and by the way, in the top right corner, that's mind mapping software you can search for online. And I use iThoughts for the iPad, just so you know. These screenshots are taken from iThoughts. The reason I use it on the iPad is I can quickly pick it up and put something into it. Any ideas I have, and it's done, rather than going to a computer. But this is an idea for Module 1. Okay, so I want to teach blogging. So, of course, I want to introduce people to blogging. I want to tell people why blogging is so popular. I might show the amount of blogs online. I can find that from Google in 5 minutes. I might want to show the top 10 blog earners. I mean, if I Google top 10 blog earners, I'm going to find that information. I'm probably going to see how much money they make. I'm going to talk about maybe how you will create your new blog and what it's going to do for you. And I'm going to show you why you should be blogging. And this is true, by the way. You should be blogging. A blog is the central hub for everything you do online. So basically, when people search for you online, 9 times out of 10 they will find your blog. It helps you create a presence online as well. So when people actually do go searching for you and they see you've got a blog online, they think, oh, this guy must know what he's talking about. It helps you build authority. If you search my name, you're going to find my blog and you're going to read it and you're going to say, oh, okay, John seems to know his stuff. I'm going to see what he's about. And then obviously it helps you promote your other products and services. I could probably spend another little bit of time and branch out a little bit more and maybe come up with some more ideas. Now that's a module in itself. That could be a slideshow that I put together and maybe talk about all of these topics for about 15 minutes. That's all it would take. But then we want to move on to our other modules. How do you set up your blog? Okay, you need a domain name. When you buy a domain name, if you look at the top there, branches out again, it's better to get your name. So if you go to johnthornhill.com/blog, you're going to find my blog. Okay, so I will be telling people why it's important to actually buy your domain name as soon as possible. Obviously, you're going to need a hosting account. So when I send people to the host I recommend, I'm using an affiliate link. So I'm going to make money from the affiliate link from the hosting company I recommend. I'll then show people how to install their blog, which is 30 seconds. But a lot of people don't realize that's all it takes. So I'll be showing them how to get the hosting and use the hosting company I recommend. I'll show them how to install WordPress. Then I'll show them how to install a simple theme. Once we've done that, I'll show them how to install plugins. I'll recommend traffic plugins, SEO plugins, content sharing plugins, which allows you to share your content in social media. You need to have security on your blog, so I'll show you the recommended security plugin I use. Again, all this is done from just doing research. Okay, so that module 2 will be me actually doing it. So the first module might be a presentation where I'm talking about why you should be blogging. The second module, will be about setting it up. So I just fire up my computer, record my screen and show you how I do it. So then we move on to module 3. There's more to do. You have to create menus, you have to create pages, you have to create an opt-in form because you need to be building a list. You need to put things in your sidebar, maybe affiliate offers and things like that. And you need to learn how to, get your content shared. Again, this is all simple stuff. This doesn't take me long to put together. Now, I could be applying this to just about any topic out there. You could throw a topic at me and I could probably build a mind map in under an hour that would outline a product. Okay, so make sure if you're doing any of this, you start mind mapping. Believe me, once you start doing it, the ideas just flow, especially when you're doing your research at the same time. So if you're doing research, put it into your mind map and the ideas will flow. So then we get on to module 4 of my course. I'm going to talk about writing. Obviously, if you create a blog, you're going to have to write. I'm going to show you how to post useful content. I'm going to show you how to do research. Maybe how to read an article and rewrite it yourself in your words. I'm going to show you how to put the post together. A lot of people get that so wrong. How to format paragraphs. I'll show you how important it is to get stuff proofread. Believe me, you can easily miss a grammar error or a spelling error to get someone else to check it. Again, these are just simple things, but when you're putting it into a course, people find it useful. So then I'll show you how to add images and how to get engagement, how to encourage comments and sharing, etc., etc., etc. So can you see how easy this all fits together when you just do a little bit of research? This took me maybe 30 minutes to put together. Okay, so again, there's module 5, the big one, how you get traffic. Now, I'm not going to talk about all this, I will be here all night, but you can see I can be teaching all of these topics. Now, this will be a huge module in itself. This could actually turn into another product where I just teach the traffic part of it. And again, sometimes you'll create a product and then you'll have a spin-off later where you're teaching something different, because sometimes you'll put a module together which is a product in itself. That module there could easily be a traffic related product. So you could actually sell to people who have already got blogs. Can you see how this can sometimes branch out? And you could sometimes have product ideas lined up for the next year just by doing this. So again, make sure you're mind mapping. Okay, so now I want to talk about the different formats we've got. Obviously, there's different ways to deliver your content. And the first one I want to talk about is ebooks and reports. Basically, a report would usually reveal a simple method. It might just share one thing you've learned, and it could be as little as 3,000 to 4,000 words. As long as it's something you're sharing that can get someone results. How I lost 10 pounds in 2 weeks following a simple diet plan. How I managed to drive 1,000 visitors in 30 days from a standing start. How I managed to put 100 subscribers on my list in 14 days. People love stuff like that. I've seen people on the Warrior Forum sell $12 reports and sell over 10,000 copies. And that's with no funnel, no upsell. So if you think to yourself, can I go and just learn something simple and teach it? You can literally make a killing. I'm actually going to give you a product idea very, very soon where you can actually do this, okay? You're basically sharing your knowledge. Okay, whatever you learn, you're sharing. And again, usually with a report, and what I advise if you're doing this for the first time is just find one little thing you can master. One little thing and share it. Because they sell like crazy. I've wrote reports in the past, sold them for $10 and literally sold thousands and thousands of copies. Especially back in the eBay days. I was actually doing a lot where I was teaching eBay, and I would create a report. You know, it would maybe take me 3 or 4 days to write, a couple of days to do this, the listing, and sell thousands of copies over a period of years. It can be done. You've also got audio. We can use audio to actually help with our product creation. But the first thing you can do is have your ebook read. So if you created an ebook or a report, have it read. Pay someone a couple of $100 to do that. Because instantly you're catering for a wider audience. That could be made into an audio book or a podcast or something else, or something you can sell. But here's a big one here. You could interview an expert. Now, you might not know anything about blogging at this early stage. Let's say you're going to get into blogging, okay? So you find an expert who knows what he's talking about. And you go to that expert and you ask them if they'll let you interview them for maybe 30 to 60 minutes. Now, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get anywhere, because obviously, who's going to give up their time for free? However, what you will find is a lot of marketers will let you consult with them for a fee. So they might charge you $497 for an hour of their time. So of course, if they do that, you could get in touch with them and you say, right, I've got 10 questions I want to ask you about blogging. Is it possible I can pay you the consultation fee, and can I use the material when we are done? Now, most of the time, when you do an interview format, usually you both get equal rights to the material. You can even say that to the expert. And ultimately, if you're going to pay me $500 to talk with me for an hour about a topic, I'll usually take it, because it's $500 for 1 hour's work for me. But then you've got that content that you can use, to do whatever you want with. Now, let's say, for example, I want to interview a blogging expert. The first person I would go to would be my good friend Dan Sumner. He's got a product called The Blogger's Roadmap. If you want to write that down and check it out later, The Blogger's Roadmap. He's been doing blogging for years and years and years, and it's his specialist subject. So I could go to Dan and say, Dan, can we do an interview? I want to ask you 10 questions. Here's the questions. Do you think I should change any of them? He can prepare his answers, etc. We set up the time. We do the recording. At the end of the recording, I've got some material I can actually use to create a product. So you can actually reverse engineer this, and you can take that you can take that interview, and you could possibly create presentations from it in your own words, or you could take that interview and have it rewritten and made into an ebook. So if you're struggling for stuff to write about, find an expert, pay them if you have to, and then take that material and use it to create your product. That is not hard to do at all. So you don't even need to learn a topic. You just have to find someone who knows what they're talking about, ask them the right questions, and then take that information and use that for your product. A lot of the time as well, I'll use audio material as complementary material. So for example, with Simple Traffic Solutions, I actually found a few traffic experts and interviewed them about different traffic topics. I could easily take their ideas as well and create new products from it, but I just wanted to add complementary material. So sometimes you can have an ebook, you can have it, you can record the audio, and automatically you're catering to a bigger audience. Okay. Does this help, guys? By the way, is this helping you? Just this one bit about audio, getting an interview, because believe me, most people won't even do this, and I've done it so many times where I've interviewed someone and just took that material and it's helped me build out my product. Wow, okay, chat just exploded. Just make sure, the thing is, you've got to do it. That's the only thing, and you've got to take some action. So anyway, let's talk about video now, because obviously video is huge. We all know how big video is, and especially the last 5 years or so, just about everything is sold with video. We can literally fire up our phone, jump on Facebook Live, or go on Twitter, YouTube, whatever, and we can be putting content out there. But we also use it for our products. Now, what I do a lot is over-the-shoulder tutorials. Okay, so I might imagine someone sat behind me, fire up a presentation or fire up something I'm going to do, and just record it. Just simply recorded. I'm doing it right now. I mean, I'm doing something similar right now. This is a presentation that can be recorded and used for future content. What I love doing with video is step-by-step training. I've got a lot of training programs where I will teach someone step-by-step how to do it. So for example, if we keep using the blogging example, I can put a presentation together where I'll talk about why you should be blogging and then do step-by-step videos showing you how to put it together. So all of the little modules I showed you earlier, each branch could be a separate video just doing one little step. I find it's better if you're going to teach something, instead of recording one long video, split it into bite-sized chunks and maybe do it over 10 videos. Not only does it look better on your page, people prefer it that way. I know that from experience, that people prefer bite-sized chunks. So you learn something and you teach it. It's as simple as that. And obviously recorded presentations as well. You can fire up PowerPoint or Keynote and just fire up, record what you're talking about, and people love that sort of stuff. We've also got software as well. I do want to briefly talk about software. I don't know how to create any sort of software, but these products are all mine. I've launched these with either on my own or with partners. One of the guys, Dave Nicholson, and I want to tell you, WordPress plugins are absolutely huge. You can literally get a WordPress plugin created for a few $100s, and you can make that into a product you can sell, because obviously WordPress is a huge platform, and this can be outsourced. Like I said, there is nothing. I know nothing about putting plugins together or coding or anything like that. Okay, and it's also great for branding. Now, if you go to this website called codecanyon.net, if you go there, you will see tons of scripts and plugins that you can actually buy the rights to. Now, obviously, you need to check what you can do with each one, but you could maybe come in here and find a plugin that you could have developed and branded with your material, and then you've got something you can sell. So I could put my blogging guide together, and I could maybe find a traffic plugin that's going to help people get more traffic. That could maybe be my upsell, or it could help me enhance my front end product, or it could just be something I sell on my own. I do want to talk about this product here called WP Speedy Links. This is a product I created with Dave Nicholson, and it's a very, very simple script, and we saw it on Code Canyon. And it's basically, it takes a keyword and makes it into a link. So if you imagine you had the word Aweber on your blog written 100 times on all different posts, it would find that word and make it a clickable link. And then it makes it, that can be an affiliate link. So every time someone's reading a blog post, they say the word Aweber is clickable, they click it, and I can earn a commission. We put this plugin together, and we've actually updated it quite recently. We've done over 50 grand from this. It cost about $400 to put together. And a couple of days working on the sales page, we recorded a simple video. And the funnel is so simple. It's basically just different rights. So the front end product is one site license. And I do believe you've got a choice of the one site license, a single site license, or a multi-site license, which costs you more. And then the upsell is a developer license. So you can put it on other people's blogs for a fee. Now, we don't have to do anything else. All we have to do is provide a license which gives different rights. So we include a PDF with each version. So think about this for a moment. We've took something from a site that gave us the idea. We've branded it with our material. We've gone to a programmer. We've paid him about $400 to put it together the way we want. It uses WordPress. It's got a simple control panel. We've come up with some funnel idea, which means we don't have to do anything else. We're talking about maybe 3 days work in total, and it's generated us over 50 grand over the last few years. It doesn't make crazy amounts of money, but most days we sell a copy of this product at about $27 or $37, depending on what version they buy. Remember what I said, create something once, sell it over and over again. Okay, now I do want to talk about what you should be doing though, in my opinion, is multi-format. You want to be trying to create different formats to your material. So you want to try and, in my opinion, put together a PDF, maybe an audio version, and video training, because this is the best way to do it. It's the best form of training. Some people want to listen, some people want to read, some people might want to watch some videos. And you can almost promote it, if you do this, as a complete home study course. Even though it might just be about blogging, in my example, it could be a home study course about blogging. Now, if I'm just selling a report, I might sell it for $10 or $20. But if I'm selling a complete home study course, I can sell it for maybe $47 or $67 or even more. And all I'm doing is taking the content and repurposing it and making it different formats. It always has a higher perceived value. You've got the guy selling a report or the guy selling a complete blogging guide with different formats. It's obvious which one would sell if they both had the same value. And you're obviously catering to a wider audience. Again, some people prefer to read, some people prefer to listen, and some people want to watch videos. Okay? So this again is just how I would put my product together. This is not about the actual delivering of the content. It's just how I would put it together. So, you know, I'm talking about module 1. I'm talking about it maybe being an ebook and doing some theory, why you should blog. Then I'm going to put some video training together. The video training will be covering me installing a blog, setting up the theme, etc., etc. Then I might want to think about my funnel, which is the additional offers. I could possibly offer a done-for-you service, something high ticket, where I'll actually do it all for you for a fee, maybe $497. I might want to put something monthly in there so I can get recurring income coming in. This could be, you know, more interviews, some done-for-you content, more plugins, the plugin of the month, whatever. Okay, so can you see how it's all coming together? And again, this is all just because I spent a little bit of time doing some research and coming up with ideas and ultimately putting my mind maps together. So there again, that's just the additional offers and the additional content. Okay, that's sort of the funnel laid out. Now you have to understand, every time you create a new product, you grow your business. Every single time you do this, you're adding another income stream. So you create a product, you get it out there, it makes you money. While that's making you money on autopilot, you work on your next product. You put that out there. Then you've got 2 products making you money. Then you work on something else. While that's making you money, you've got 3 products making you money, and you keep it going. I've done this hundreds of times. Hundreds of times. I'm not talking about doing this once. I'm talking about doing this every 90 days or so. That's what you need to be doing, and that's how you get to the 6 figures per year. Because your first launch might do 10 grand, but then you'll take the buyer list you've got from your first list and the experience. You create a product twice as fast. You might make 20 grand from that one. Then you take the buyer list from both of those products, and by the time you're doing your 3rd launch, 4th launch, 5th launch, you're doing 30, 40, 50, 60 grand a time. Because every time you do it, you're building your audience, you're building your list, and you're obviously getting more contacts as you do this. And it becomes easier each time. Yes, the first time you do this, you might struggle a little. You might struggle with research. It might take you maybe a month or 2 to get this together. But once you've learned the process, this is the important thing. Once you've learned the process, it becomes so much easier. Why do you want to go and pay someone 20 grand for a business in a box when you can spend 20 days learning the process and make 20 grand as much as you want, as many times as you want? So each time you do this, you're making more money and you're building your list on autopilot. Is this making sense, guys? Is this making sense? I just want to make sure you're getting this. Does this sound like hard work as well? I know I've asked 2 questions there. Because a lot of people, right now, a lot of people are going to be thinking, I can't do this. So what if let's forget those other 2 questions. What if I gave you a product idea right now? Would you like me to give you a product idea you can run with right now and have launched in possibly the next 30 to 40 days? Right now. I want to see some comments. I want to see you're with me. Yes, sure, yes, thank you. Okay, so I'm going to give you a product idea. Basically, could you hold on? Let me make sure I get this right so you can understand. You can see here, okay. This was one of the questions I got asked, and it was about what do you feel you need the most help with? That's it. Sorry, I was on the wrong slide. So what do you feel you need the most help with? And you can see the top answer is traffic generation. Okay. So, do you think you could go away after this webinar? Don't go now. Do you think you could go away after this webinar and think of one traffic method? And there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of traffic methods out there. And, I could tell you 10 off the top of my head. Blog hopping, YouTube, Facebook, eBay, WordPress, leaving comments, forum marketing. These are off the top of my head. I'm just throwing these at you, okay? Do you think you could go away, maybe spend an hour or 2 hours trying to discover all of these traffic methods? Maybe go to the Warrior Forum, look for people who are having problems getting traffic, look in Facebook, etc., etc. Do you think you could find one, just one, and then do nothing but focus on that method for the next 30 days? Just one. So we're talking getting up every morning, maybe spending an hour on it, maybe coming home from work or early in the evening, spending an hour or two on it. So you're spending maybe 2 to 3 hours a day for about 30 days. And at the end of those 30 days, if you did that non-stop, do you think you'd be getting 100 hits per day? I want you to answer truthfully. Do you think if you did that after 30 days, this is one traffic method, so you haven't got to go and learn everything, you could be getting 100 hits per day? I'll give it a few seconds while you answer. Yes. Not sure. Yeah, I could do that. Okay, so nobody's. The point I'm trying to make here is nobody said no. Okay, so here's my next question. Do you think people will want to learn how you did it? I hope a light bulb's just gone off there. Do you think people would want to learn how you did it? Of course they would. I've just gave you a formula what could potentially make you 6 figures. But of course you have to go away and do it. Now, unfortunately, most people won't. That's down to you. But if you go away and do that, and you get to 100 visitors per day, believe me, people will be all over it. And you might get 200 visitors per day. You might get more. Now, you don't have to be getting crazy results. You don't have to be generating $1,000 a day or building 150 subscribers a day. You just have to get what you're saying you can promise to teach people. And all you have to do is document what you're doing. What works, what doesn't work. Plus, your average marketer starting out online who wants to drive traffic, he doesn't want to learn from the guru who's getting millions of hits every month, the guy who's spending 50 grand a day on Facebook, or the guy who's spent the last 10 years mastering SEO. They don't want to learn from people like that because they don't think they can learn it. But if you've got someone just one rung below you on the ladder and you're getting results, they can connect with you and they think, that guy's got a point. That guy's got something I want to learn. And they'll pay you to do it. Okay? Yes, and look at the comments have literally gone crazy now. Unbelievable. Yeah, light bulb moment. Of course you would pay. Yeah. So there you go, guys. That's literally the last 5 minutes there. If you're going to take anything from this webinar, you can do that. So, apart from doing it yourself, I want to talk about getting qualified traffic. Now, you come up with an offer. And again, there's so many ways to drive traffic. I mean, if I got a pen and paper or my mind map, I could comfortably come up with 50 ways if you gave me an hour. And all of those methods will probably get me some sort of results. But it takes work. Again, if you're going to do this and teach it, you're going to have to put the work in to get the results to teach others. But I want to talk about how I get most of my traffic. Now, I'm not a paid traffic expert. I'm not an SEO expert. But all of my traffic, or 99% of my traffic, is completely free. And that's because it comes from affiliates. Can you remember earlier on when I said you want to be the guy on the left or the right? Most of my traffic comes from other people who have mastered these traffic techniques, or who have built a huge list, or who know how to get paid ads to work, etc. Okay, and this is why when you put an offer together, you must have an affiliate program. Think about this for a moment. We're selling digital goods, ones and zeros, in the cloud, whatever you want to call it. It's not like a regular store. For example, Amazon, I think if you're lucky, you will get 7% commission. But when you're trying to attract affiliates, at the very least, you can offer 50%. And in some cases, 100%, because that can build you a buyer list for free. Sometimes I'll offer 100% on a product. And people say, why are you doing that, John? Why would you give it all away? Well, effectively, if someone sells 1,000 copies of my product, I haven't made any money from the front end, but I might have a funnel in place, or even if I don't have a funnel in place, I've now got 1,000 buyers on my list, which I can keep marketing to for years to come. So once you sort of grasp that mentality, you just look at the whole picture. And some people just think about making a quick buck, and ultimately they don't make anything. So you must have an affiliate program, and you must offer at the very least 50%. The very, very least 50%. I'm just going to show you some examples here of why you should be doing this. This is one of my products taken from December 2019. And if you look at when I've ticked no affiliate on the right image, I made $4,000 myself. But when I ticked the box that included affiliates, 13 grand. So the affiliates generated $9,244 in sales, which is 67% of the sales. Now, I don't even have to send any traffic to this offer, and they would have made me 9 grand. But obviously I sent some traffic myself. In this example, taken over a 6-month period for a different product, I made 15 grand in sales myself, or 15 and a half. The affiliates did $39,000 in sales. In this example, taken over the same time period, I made about nearly 14 grand in sales myself, but with the affiliates combined, it was $38,000. Now I can stop driving traffic to these offers and focus on new offers, and the traffic will still come in. Because if you put a good offer together, affiliates will promote it. So you must have an affiliate program, and you must create a dedicated affiliates page. Okay, now in this example I'm using JVZoo, and it's for Simple Traffic Solutions. I'm showing people how well it sells, and in this example I'm actually giving 100% across the whole funnel, which is very rare for me, but I did do it with this because I had a back-end high ticket offer, so I knew I could make money from that. But the likes of ClickBank make it so easy to do. Again, when I was showing you the original screenshot where I became a platinum seller, I'm putting my products together on ClickBank, and all a ClickBank marketer has to do is find it in the ClickBank marketplace and promote it. You don't even have to do anything, and it can happen. You obviously need to give your affiliates all of the tools they need. You need to give them ready-made emails, reviews, images, things like that. Okay, you definitely need to give them everything they need. And again, I see people make this mistake where they'll put maybe just 1 or 2 emails in their swipe on their affiliate page. You want to put at least 10 different emails in there, more if you can, using different angles. You want to give them forum signatures. You want to give them graphics, ready-made reviews, things like that. And then when you've done that, you can start contacting JVs. You can start looking for JVs who have got similar products to you, and hopefully you start to build a mailing list. You can promote other marketers' products, get on their radar, and cross-promote. Now, the worst thing you can do when you start out is just approach people out of the blue and ask them to promote your product. That is the worst thing you will do. You will not get anyone replying, or if you do, it will be to tell you that they can't promote. You need to build those relationships first, and that's where social media can help. You can get in the Facebook groups. You can friend people who are doing the same thing as you. You can maybe try and bounce some email backwards and forwards, or a message on Facebook. Not asking to promote, just seeing if you can build that relationship. What I would also recommend you do is find out what they are selling and promote it yourself and make some sales. Even if you're not in a position to make some sales, if you've got a blog online, you can write a review and let them see you're doing it and let them see you're making an effort. And 9 times out of 10, if you ask a marketer to give you a review copy of their product, they will. So that's something else to think about as well. It's a way to get products for free. But you need to build the relationship first. Do not just go out there and say, will you promote my product? Also, you must be building a JV list. You must have an opt-in form on your JV page, because when you build a JV list, each time you have a launch, you can let your affiliates know you've got something new going on. Now, a big mistake I see marketers make is they will force, I can't believe this happens, they force affiliates to opt in to get their JV tools or to get their affiliate link. You don't want to do that, okay? Just give them a form, put a form on that says stay updated, get on my JV list, etc. Most affiliates will actually opt in. And again, ClickBank make it so easy for affiliates to do this as well. All they need is their ClickBank ID, and they can simply take that link, promote your product, and get their commissions. So I just want to show you guys, this is not pie in the sky stuff. This is not made up. I've been doing this successfully since 2004. Okay, since 2004, and I've got a ton of products out there, hundreds of products. So I want to show you something else. Can you remember this question I asked you earlier when I said, what do you feel you need the most help with? And remember, the answer was traffic generation. I actually said go and learn one method. Well, I was getting the feedback from my subscribers. They were telling me we want to learn traffic. So I came up with a product called Simple Traffic Solutions, and we launched this on November 1st, 2012. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a screenshot from 2012, but we did about $250,000 in the rest of the year because I had a high ticket offer on the back end. But it did about $250,000. But then in 2013, this is what we did. This is what this product did. So I'm going to ask you a question. What do you think I did in 2013 to generate over $105,000 with this one product? I'll give it about 10 seconds and let's see if we can see if anyone gets this. What did I do to generate this income? Okay, affiliates. Nearly everyone's saying affiliates. Dave said affiliates. Errol says build a list. Jim is saying affiliates. Okay, Bert has got it. Well done, Bert. Here it is. Here's what I did. Excuse me. Nothing. I did nothing. This product took off. Affiliates just kept promoting it. They were promoting it on their thank you pages, their autoresponder sequences. New affiliates were coming on board. They were saying it was selling well. And I didn't lift a finger. I know it sounds crazy, but remember when I said create something once and sell it over and over again. At the very least, I may have updated my JV page a couple of times that year. But I just let it sit. And I just let it sit. And it just kept bringing the money in. Now you can see it dropped in 2014 quite dramatically, and that's when I moved it over to JVZoo. We took it at the time. ClickBank was going through a crazy period where there was a lot of hypey stuff on there, and JVZoo was becoming very, very big. So we put it over to JVZoo. You can see we did 1,500 copies in sales, thousands of copies, and overall I probably close to 10,000 units sold of this one product. Now I have updated it twice. And I am going to update it again because I know people want to learn traffic. So, I've got the ideas still. And this is something else you can do as well. You might find after 6 months or a year, your product might become out of date. You just update it. You just learn it again or come up with new methods and release a 2.0 or a 3.0. And when we did relaunch it, it was absolutely flying on JVZoo. Again, create something once, sell it over and over again. So let me ask you, do you want to get results like this from selling your own products and services, digital products, or this and this? Would you like to have a $8,000 day selling one product, or a $23,000 week and you're not really doing anything? Or would you like to generate $565,000 in vendor sales from the various products you learn to create? Or how about $435,000 as an affiliate on just one platform? Would you like to learn how to do this? Like, go deeper? Let me show you some more examples here. These are individual products, some of them on, that I've sold on JVZoo. You can see the Niche Marketing Kit, 2018, $105,000. That was basically a launch I do every year with my good friend Dave Nicholson, and we compile all of the products and services we've used the previous year, and it builds up every single year, and we sell it at a discount for about 5 days a year, and that's the sort of results we get. Instant Ears on Pro is a WordPress plugin that generates Amazon ads. We had this idea. We actually saw another marketer selling a similar sort of product. We bought it. We thought it was rubbish. We thought we can do better than that. And I bet you've done that before as well. I bet you've bought a product and thought it was rubbish. Well, make it better. Make it better yourself and make even more money. So we took this idea, we saw what it was and what it was doing, and it was rubbish. It wasn't generating the right ads. It didn't look very good. So we thought, hold on, can we make this better? We went to a programmer and said, can you make it do this, this, and this? Can you make it work off keywords instead of people having to put keywords in? And basically, Instant Ears on Pro, you load it up on WordPress, you put a keyword in, it generates some code, you put it on your blog, and products get listed, and you get an affiliate commission from Amazon. That's done, as you can see. It was one sale off 100 grand that day. It's done a lot more since then, and that's just the front end. These are not the whole funnels. This one here, there's a few different products there. These are actually upsells, most of these. This one I do want to talk about. If you look at the bottom screenshot, $63,000, that is 60-minute reseller. What we did, we took a resale rights product and we showed people how to put it on JVZoo in under 60 minutes. We actually had a timer on our videos. So obviously the name's 60-minute reseller. You can take any resale rights product that you've got the rights to sell. We'll show you how to list it on JVZoo, how to set everything up, how to add your buy button, how to connect it to a thank you page, and how to sell it. And that's the result. That product took about 3 days to create, and it's making money for doing nothing more. Here's some more examples. Just different products and different funnels. You know, some don't make absolute crazy amounts of money, but you have to understand these are all making money on complete autopilot. And that's the sort of results you can get once you get this nailed, once you get it down. So that's just about it, guys. I do want to ask you, have you received value today? I do want, please let me know what you think. And I do want to ask you if you got value from what I showed you today for free in just over an hour, which is just the tip of the iceberg of what I could show you. And obviously I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't extend the opportunity to take things to the next level. So I want to ask you this question as well. How would you like doing everything we've discussed one-on-one with my help? Would you like me to show you what I can do for you? Okay. Right then, so yes, show me, John, show me. Of course. Right, thank you. Right, lots and lots of good comments here. It's hard to keep up with the chat, and sometimes there's a delay as well. I don't know why that happens, but anyway, obviously, guys, we're all adults here. We're on a webinar. I'm going to give you the opportunity to take this to the next level. Now, you can stop right now, and you can go away and implement what I've talked about, especially the traffic tip. But if you want to take this further, I'm going to show you what I've got, okay? Because you don't really have to struggle to make this work. I know a lot of people think, well, there's no way I can do this. So what if you had my help to help you do this? Because I want to tell you, you have been lied to over the years, and I think you probably know that. You've been told making money online is easy when it's not. If it was easy, wouldn't we all be doing it? Why is there so many people struggling and looking for help? If it was easy, we'd all be doing it. Basically, you're being sold dream after dream, promise after promise, the promise of easy riches using clever sales copy. The clever copywriters know how to push our buttons, get us emotionally involved, and get us ultimately to take our credit card out and make a purchase decision. Now, you need to understand that it takes hard work and dedication to succeed. I do want you to understand that. I'm not here to paint that picture where I'm telling you don't have to do anything. And once you realize this, success can come easy. But you have to grasp that. You have to understand that if you're serious, and I mean serious, about doing 6 figures in the next 12 months, at least 6 figures, you can't do it sitting on your backside doing nothing. Okay, you have to put work in. We're building a business here. We're building a serious business as well. Now, of course, having a mentor helps. Goes without saying. Having someone who can give you a step-by-step plan of action. Someone to guide you and take you down the right path. Make sure you're not getting, distracted. Someone to make yourself accountable to. Someone who can give you a task that you have to complete by next Monday. Or you can come to me and say it will be done by Friday. When you're accountable like that, you always get better results. Someone to advise and guide you every step of the way. And the big one, someone you can depend on and you can turn to if you need help. Thing is, I can help you with this. I can be your mentor. Over the next 60 days, I can coach you and show you how to build a real online business using the methods I have just described. Even if you think you can't do it, I know you can, or you wouldn't be here right now. Because of that, I know you are determined to succeed, and I can show you how step by step. Now, if you're someone who's serious about your future and serious enough to invest in the right mentoring that will help you achieve your goals, I'm going to give you an opportunity that is going to enable you to succeed in a big way, in a way you've never thought possible before. Now, since I launched my coaching program, those who have joined me have had incredible results. And since then, many have gone on to become highly successful marketers and have a business that makes a full-time income and more. But here is the thing. As an unexpected byproduct of my program, some of my students have now become my top affiliates. This was something that shocked me. I was basically teaching my students how to create their own products and services, and obviously they were building huge mailing lists, and then they were becoming the top affiliates for my launches. Now my students are also so successful they now compete with me and other big marketers on affiliate leaderboards for other people's launches. So I ended up competing with my students. Now you might think that means I'm just training students to be my competitors, and it's a problem, but that's the furthest thing from the truth, because my students are also my top affiliates. I can guarantee when I launch a product, most of the top 10 leaderboard will be my students, and they are all too happy to promote my stuff because I've helped them get where they are. Now that is great news for us all. Because I've discovered most of my students are now my top affiliates, it's obviously in my interest to bring more students on board. And this is why I'm going to give you an amazing opportunity to be part of my most comprehensive coaching program today. First of all, I want to show you some quick case studies, and these are 100% real. You can go and search these people out online if you really want to. This one is from Stuart Turnbull. He got into one of my earlier coaching programs. He used to have a 90-minute drive to work each day, and prior to working with me, he was laid off from his dull office job he'd had for 20 years. So basically, he was in a position where he needed to make something happen. Within a few short months of working with me, he had his first product on ClickBank. And Stuart now earns more working online than the boring desk job he had for 20 years. Now, he wouldn't... I asked if he would give me a figure, which he didn't want to do, and I said, that's fine, that's your business. But I know he does very, very well. His last launch, which was just a couple of months ago, did $44,000 in profits. So that was just one launch. And he's got over 10,000 buyers on his list. And he, as you can see, Stuart says, the methods and techniques you taught me enabled me to escape the rat race, and I now live a life of true freedom because I don't rely on anyone else for my living. I work from home, and because I enjoy what I do, it never actually feels like work. Now let me ask you, would you like to become successful enough to quit your job? Of course, who wouldn't? Now let me talk about Omar Martin. This guy, you know, he actually told me he was going to be my most successful student on day one. He told me this. This was over 10 years ago now, and this has came true. But I want to tell you how this happened. Omar was a paramedic working in New York, and basically after 9/11 he decided he wanted a complete change of lifestyle. His partner was actually killed in 9/11, and he said, I'm not doing this anymore. So after struggling for years trying to build an online business, he invested his rent money into my very first coaching program. Now at the time I didn't know he was doing that, and if I'd known he was doing that, I actually don't know what I would have said. But this was way back in 2008, and it turned out to be the best thing he ever did, because since then Omar has gone on to become my most successful student. Omar's first big launch did over $180,000, and in the 2 years after he joined me, he made over $400,000. He now has over 60 websites online, hosts events and speaks on stage all over the world, and he sells his own packages for thousands of dollars. Now the pictures you're seeing there, you know, myself and Omar have become so much of good friends over the years. We actually ran events together. I've stayed at his house 4 times, and I'm actually going to stay there with the family this year as well. We're going to take a vacation. The picture on the top there is me just before I went on stage for the first time, which was that picture there. And that's me at Omar's home in his pool house. Literally as soon as we got there, he was making us drinks. So that's me, my good lady Nicola, and Omar and Melinda. So, you know, he's not just a student, it's actually became one of my best friends online. And that's what happens as well. A lot of my students, I don't see them as students, I see them as really, really good friends, and I met lots and lots of my students in real life. He's done over $7 million since joining my first program. 200 grand a month, 100,000 plus subscribers, and you can see Omar says I joined John back in 2008, and since then my business has exploded. The best part about John's coaching is not just the money I've made, but the knowledge I have gained. Again, that is very, very important. I'm finally making money in my sleep instead of just dreaming. And last year, Omar did $3.7 million in sales, which is absolutely staggering. I just want to show you some more names. You might recognize 1 or 2 names here. I don't know, but that's just there's just a handful of people. We could have a few more pages of this but I'm trying to, not to keep this going too long. Do want to briefly tell you about Shelley Penny. You can see in her first year she did $113,000. That's within 12 months. Well, you can see she joined, the first post in March, that was within 12 months because it's at the end of the year. This was in 2016, she'd done $113,000. And then at the end of 2017, she'd done $207,000 that year. So that's over $300,000 in a 24-month period, which is absolutely staggering. I briefly want to mention Gary Allark. Gary basically learned the product creation process, had a few successful launches, but he branched off in another direction. He's now a JV manager, so he's took his experience and he's now helping other marketers launch their products, and obviously he gets a cut of all the JVs he brings on board. He's always getting onto me to see if I'll promote the latest launch he's involved with. He's built up a massive list of contacts through my program, and he's having success in a different way. And he's an example of two students actually in the top 10 at the same time on JVZoo. He's another example. And I also want to mention Stephen Alvey. He's had incredible success. You can see he's talking about his launch there in the top left. He did 13 grand. That was one of his first launches. Then he was doing 33 grand on his second launch, and he's literally gone on to generate over $1 million. And in this example here, this is back in 2017, he's actually showing his first real major success as a JV, coming second in a major JV competition. One more here, Shreya Banerjee. This is her first launch. She didn't know nothing when she joined me, and within about 90 days she had a launch and did just over 15 grand, which is not a bad start to your online career. Again, Shreya's gone on to do really, really big things. She actually does a lot of speaking gigs now. She just grew and grew and grew. But of course it started with creating that first product. And that's what I want to mention here as well. A lot of my students have gone on to do huge things online, but it all starts with actually learning how to sell and how to put something together that people want to buy. Just some more random screenshots. These are student launches doing amazingly well, top 10s and things like that. There's another screenshot there, and there's just again to remind you the sort of rankings my students have got on JVZoo. So you can see that my students get amazing results. And now it's your turn. If you really want to do it, now it's your turn. And here's what I can do for you. You're going to get daily ready to launch coaching for the next 60 days. Yes, daily coaching for the next 60 days. So I'm going to teach you how to build a profitable online business and create at least 3 successful products of your own over the next 12 months. But it all starts with the initial 60 days. So 60 days from now, you'll be in a position to go it alone. You're going to be following a real program that produces real results. Now the chances are you've probably already wasted years looking for get rich quick, so you know it simply doesn't exist. However, with my training, you are actually going in a position to start making money after your very first lesson. Now it's not huge amounts, I'm going to be honest, but you are in a position it's after a couple of days you're in a position to make money. However, the big money comes once you get your product ready. Okay? And here's how we do this. Basically, every day I give you an assignment. So you get a simple assignment to complete, and it's broken down step by step. You only have to spend a couple of hours each day working on each assignment. Now, this is not something where you're working 9 to 5. Some days may take an hour, some days may take 25 minutes, some days may take an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. But the point I'm trying to make here is you don't have to find much time. So instead of putting that latest box set on Netflix, maybe spend an hour working on building your business, which can get you real results. Also, it's absolutely fine to miss a few days and then catch back up. It's easy done because most of the days take under an hour. Now, this method of teaching is proven to work and doesn't overwhelm you. Like I said earlier, people love bite-sized chunks, and every single one of my videos just tells you to do one thing. Some of my videos are about 40 seconds long. Some of my videos are about 10 minutes long. But most of the time it's teaching one thing that you need to do. So you just do it, you actually check it off your checklist, mark it as done, move on to the next video. Very, very easy to follow. You're also going to get 12 months of live mastermind sessions. Basically, we jump on, go to a webinar like we're doing right now, and we do this live, okay? I will take you behind the scenes of my business and show you what is working for me. You're going to see behind the scenes of all my accounts and see exactly how I earn my online income. But you're also going to see the progress other Partnership to Success members are making. It's not just about what I'm doing, it's about what the other members are doing. And usually there isn't a week goes by where there's not a launch going on. Sometimes we have two and even 3 launches happening in a week. That sometimes happens, okay? You're also going to get access to the members only Facebook group, and I can't stress how important this is. This is exclusive to Partnership to Success members only. It's a secret group what you can't find. You have to be invited, and here you can interact with other like-minded individuals. You are going to be able to see success happening right in front of you. You're going to be seeing members putting launches together, building out their JV pages. You're going to see them putting their program together, asking for testimonials, but more importantly, you're going to see the results they get when they launch it. So you're going to be in an environment that will help you move forward. And of course, it goes without saying you're going to get access to me personally for the duration of the course and beyond. That's basically me personally, okay? You're going to receive a direct line to my office telephone number that you can ring and someone will answer and we can chat. You're also going to get personal access to me. This means basically we have live chat and a support desk, and if you need to get through to me, it happens, okay? And you can consult with me any time you like. One-on-one consultations any time you like. Now we tend to do calls on Tuesdays. That's just what we do. I found it works better if I just do all my calls, on a certain day of the week. But if you find that doesn't work for you, you let us know. We can do it any time within reason. Obviously not 3 o'clock in the morning for me, but we always manage to find this time. Now I charge $497 to consult with non-members, and anytime you need help or you need to speak to me, you can. Now, this might be sounding good up to now, but here's the big one that, in my opinion, blows every other coaching program out of the water. You're going to get a full product promotion. Yes, you heard that right. You're going to get a full product promotion from me to my entire subscriber database. My subscribers is over 6 figures, over 100,000 subscribers. It actually was closer to 200,000, but I did a purge of my list, brought out the dead wood, and it's over 100,000 subscribers. Normally I can generate a lot of traffic. Now I'm going to be promoting your product, all guns blazing, to my entire subscriber database. Every single one of them. This will give your product the kickstart it needs to get the sales flooding in. Now this is I want you to understand this. It's all well and good creating a product, putting something of value out there, spending a bit of time getting it right. The hard part comes when you launch it, especially when you're new. Now when you've done it a few times and you build a reputation, it's very, very easy to get affiliates on board. But when you're just starting out and people don't know who you are, you will struggle to find affiliates. Or you have to put an enormous amount of work in to get affiliates. So I'm going to promote your product to my subscribers to give it a kickstart. Now this is something I have seen no other marketer offer. I haven't seen one marketer offer to do it. Yes, there's coaches out there. Yes, there's coaches who will teach you to put stuff together and create an offer and charge you absolutely crazy amounts of money to do it. And when you've done it, you have to drive the traffic yourself. So can you imagine seeing multiple sales coming in from a promotion from me? Most of my promotion campaigns bring in at least $2,000 in sales, usually a lot more. Now sometimes it's less, have to be upfront here. It's not always $2,000, but usually it is on average. And sometimes it's a lot more. I'll be promoting your product via at least 3 full broadcast emails to ensure the sales come flooding in. I just want to show you some of the results I've had promoting my students in the past. I want you to imagine if any one of these launches was yours. In this particular launch, I pulled in $3,747 in commissions, which was my share, which means the vendor got that as well, and came first on the leaderboard. Plus my students came in 3rd and 5th, so again they were competing with me. In this particular launch, my share of the commissions
was $3,803, and I came first and got the $10,000 prize. In this launch, I teamed up with Dave Nicholson, and my share of the promotion was nearly $6,000, which means we did $12,000 in sales. In this one here, almost $5,000 commissions and $2,000 in prize money, which again was my share. You might see my name with Dave Nicholson quite often, and if you know me and you follow me, you'll notice I do a lot of stuff with Dave. Many times I can get Dave to come on board and team up, and I always try and find someone I can partner up with to send even more traffic. So you're not just getting promotions from me, I'm usually getting other people to help as well. Basically, I dominate my students' leaderboards. And in this one example in the middle, I know it's a bit blurry, but in that one example in the middle where I came second, it was absolutely fine because eBay guru Jim Cochran beat me, and Gareth's product was an eBay related product, which meant if I'm coming second, the guy who's beating me is making even more sales. And I can't even remember, I think he did about $50,000 on that launch, and that was his first ever launch. But we're still not done. Not only am I going to promote my product to my subscribers, I'm also going to let my affiliates know about your launch. So you're going to get a full introduction to my 3,000 plus army of affiliates. Yes, I will introduce you and your product to my 3,000 plus team of affiliates. Now this is where sales can go through the roof. You might not believe this, but affiliates are actually crying out for products to promote from marketers they know, like and trust. And one of the easiest ways to get on their radar is a personal introduction from somebody they already know, like and trust, somebody like me. Believe me when I tell you the hard part is getting affiliates to get behind your launch, especially when you are just starting out. But when I introduce you, everything can change. So how many coaching programs do you know where the coach actually knows you create a quality product due to his training and is therefore happy to actually email his own affiliates and introduce you and your products? Like I said, affiliates are crying out for quality products to promote, and I will ensure you create something they will want to promote. You just have to get one mailing from one super affiliate and you can bring in thousands of dollars overnight. Now what usually happens, if you get a super affiliate to mail, you get a snowball effect because other affiliates see that affiliate promoting it. Then they promote, and so on and so on and so on. And that's when we get the launches where the students reporting back and saying they've done $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. Remember, this is in a period of 4 or 5 days. And then once the launch is over, the sales keep coming in. So in just 60 days, you will be ready to launch your first product and will be in a position to generate at least 6 figures per year. Now remember, I'm going to personally work with you for 12 months. The training is 60 days, but I'm still here for you to help you do it over and over again. Okay, so I'm going to be there for 12 months. So the question is, are you my next success story? Yes, this is not for everyone. Some people this is not for, and I got to be upfront here. Some people just won't do the work required. So are you prepared to work hard to reap the rewards? Now when I say work hard, I don't mean 12 hours a day, an hour a day here, an hour a day there, and you're going to get incredibly rewarded if you can. So I only want to work with people who are prepared to put the work in. Are you dedicated? Remember, we're building a business here. This is not a game. This is not something we just mess about with. This is something you need to take seriously, and you need to be dedicated. Do you have a burning desire to succeed? I strongly believe every single successful marketer out there has a burning desire to succeed, and that's how they become successful. The fact you're still here now tells me you are. You do have that burning desire. Are you an honest person willing to help others? I don't want to work with someone who's going to put something together, see the money come rolling in and disappear, not provide support. You have to support your customers. So I want to make sure you are an honest person willing to help others. And finally, can you follow step-by-step instructions? Now I believe if you've made it this far, you're already excited, and I think you can do that because most people don't even turn up. That's just the way it is. So if you can sit on a webinar for what is currently almost 1 hour and 45 minutes, I do believe you can watch a series of 3 or 4 minute videos every day. Don't you? Now, this program actually sells right now for $4,997 at partnershiptosuccess.com. Feel free to go there and check it out, partnershiptosuccess.com. But stick with me for a few minutes and you won't pay anywhere near that. Now remember, you're going to get direct access to me via phone, email, on Skype for one-on-one time. And once your products are ready, I will personally promote them to my entire database with at least 3 email broadcasts for each product you develop, and introduce you to my 3,000 plus army of affiliates, including my personal contacts, to get them promoting for you as well. And this is just the example. This is just one example, of the heat I can bring to an offer. However, I must stress I can only take on a handful of students at this time, so slots are limited. And I imagine you're probably thinking, why would you only make a few slots available? Believe me, I'd love to sell 100 copies of my coaching program right now, but we can't do that. We're only a small team, and we can only physically take on too many people at a time. There's actually 3 of us. I've got 2 people help run the coaching. Randy helps me run the coaching, who was one of my students who I helped many years ago, and my son Alex. My son Alex helps with all the technical stuff. He's learned a ton of technical stuff over the years, and there's myself. So we can't physically bring in hundreds of people. While it would be absolutely nice, it would be really nice, I actually like to have a life as well. So here's the deal. Give my Partnership to Success program a try with this amazing guarantee. I'm going to give you a 90-day success guarantee. And what that basically means is you can go through the program, you can go through the 60 days training, and if you don't believe after doing that you can generate at least 6 figures in the next 12 months, I'll refund every single penny. Every single penny. Again though, this is a program what is proven. And it's a program where you have to work. I'm telling you this up front. So if you're prepared to do that 60 days work, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to take you 60 days. You've got up to 90 days to get through this. And if you don't believe you've got what it takes, you get in touch with me and we'll walk away as friends. You can have every penny back. Okay? Does that sound fair to you? Well, actually, not even finished yet. It gets better. Because if you register today, you're also going to get the following. You're going to get every single one of my products. That's basically every product I have ever created. I must stress here, it's every product I have ever created that is still current. Because some of my products are too old and the methods are outdated, okay? But anything that is still current, that I can still teach you, you get access to. And this is over $3,000 worth of information. You're also going to get any products I create within the next 12 months. Now, I must stress this is funnel products. This excludes high-ticket stuff. So you can't come to me and say, John, you told me I could have all your products. I want access to your $20,000 one-on-one personal build-it-all coaching program. It doesn't work like that. But what you do get access to is any funnel products. So if I create a product in the next 3 months, and I've got a front-end product for $47, an upsell for $197, and it's $50 a month to get in monthly, you get it, okay? This will add up to way more than your initial investment. So let's do a quick recap. You're getting daily ready-to-launch coaching for the next 60 days, worth $1,997. You're getting 12 months of live mastermind sessions, worth $1,997. You're getting access to the members-only Facebook group, worth $997. You're getting access to me personally for the duration of the course and beyond, where you can have time with me one-on-one. That's valued at $4,997. You're getting a full product promotion to my entire subscriber base, and this is for every product you create in the next 12 months, not just the first one. So that's why that's valued at $9,997. You get a full introduction to my 3,000 plus army of affiliates, which I'm valuing at $6,997, because I'm going to let my affiliates know about every single launch you've got going on in the next 12 months. You're going to get all of my products and future products for the next 12 months valued at $1,997. That's a total value of $28,979. Again, this would be great value at $4,997, and a lot of people have paid that at partnershiptosuccess.com. So of course it would be a steal at $3,997 because you're getting a $1,000 discount, and it would be a giveaway at $2,997 because you'd be getting over $2,000 off. However, today you can get in for just $1,997, and we're still not done. Before I show you the order page, what if I did one last thing that will blow you away? What if I made it as easy as possible to get in? And what if I gave you the chance to spread the cost over 12 months? You have to understand that I've never made an offer like this before. Now, I'm hoping you're ready, because slots are limited, okay? You'll actually see the amount of slots we've got on the order page. Again, we can only bring in a handful at a time, okay? It's usually between 10 and 20 people, and we have, you know, we present this webinar. You've seen it, you know, it gets presented in multiple places, so you have to understand that slots are limited, okay? So are you ready? That's what you need to do. Go to the URL on the screen, and you can get in for $1997, one-time payment, or 12 payments of $197. So basically, go to the URL on the screen, choose a payment option, and get started in the next 5 minutes. Again, you're getting daily ready to launch coaching for the next 60 days. You're getting 12 months of live mastermind sessions where I take you behind the scenes of my business and show you what other members are doing live. You get access to the members only forum and Facebook group where you can interact with like-minded individuals and get additional support and help. You get access to me personally for the duration of the course and beyond, where you've got time with me one-on-one. You get a full product promotion to my entire subscriber database for every launch you have in the next 12 months. You get a full introduction to my 3,000 plus army of affiliates for every launch you have in the next 12 months. You get all of my products and future products for the next 12 months. Keep in mind, this normally sells for $4997, so if you want to take advantage of this amazing offer and discount, you must act now. Remember, you're getting that 90-day success guarantee. Go through the training, and if you don't believe you can earn 6 figures per year, let me know, and I will refund every single penny. You now have, sorry, wrong slide. Step 1, go to the URL on the screen. Step 2, choose a payment option, and step 3, get started in the next 5 minutes. You now have an incredible opportunity to stop buying product after product, finally stop spending countless hours at your computer trying to figure it all out, finally stop struggling with information overloading, getting pulled into various directions, and finally stop looking for the missing puzzle piece day in, day out. You actually now have 2 choices. Which option are you going to take? Are you going to do nothing and keep getting the same results you've been getting, keep struggling, maybe keep looking for an easy way out, which you won't find, I promise you? Or the second option, which is invest your time into a proven mentor and a proven program and fast track yourself to online success in 60 days. 60 days. 60 days. Think about that. 60 days is all it can take. So go to the URL on the screen, choose a payment option, and get started in the next 5 minutes. And also, as a final bonus, I'm going to give you an additional login for a spouse or a friend. Many times we've been asked, can I give my partner login details? Can I give my husband login details? Can I give my business partner login details? Can I give my outsourcer login details? And we've always said, unfortunately not, it's for just one license for one person. But what we've decided to do, if you find it might be easier to work with someone, we can give you an additional login for a spouse or a friend for free, which means you get an additional login so you can work with someone else. The reason we don't do it all on the same login is because we need to monitor where the logins are coming from, and actually the membership script will lock you out if it sees, I think it's 3 different IP addresses. So you can collaborate with a spouse, a friend, or an accountability partner, and this is literally doubling the value. So remember, I'm going to personally work with you for the next 12 months to help you create your own digital products you can sell over and over again, and in just 60 days you're going to be ready to launch your first product and will be in a position to generate 6 figures per year. You're going to have direct access to me, Skype, telephone, help desk, chat, whatever, whenever you need it. And once your products are ready, I'll be personally here to promote them to my entire database with 3 email broadcasts for each product you develop and introduce them to my 3,000 plus army of affiliates, including personal contacts, to help get them promoting for you as well. Just a quick reminder, that's the sort of results I could be getting for you. So again, go to the URL on the screen and take action and get on board, and let me help you build your business over the next 60 days and then onwards for the next 12 months. So the final question is, can you put the effort into building a real business and become my next success story? Now, I will take questions, okay? So if you've got any questions, put them in the question box. But what I will say is we usually predict what sort of questions we're going to get. So here's a few questions we've had in the past. One of the most popular ones is, what if I fall behind? We get that quite a lot. It's fine. It's absolutely fine if you fall behind, because you don't have to do this in 60 days. It's not a race. If it takes you 90 days, it's fine. If it takes you 6 months, it's fine. So don't think when you come in, you have to give things up and you have, well, actually I would prefer you give Netflix up and work on your business. But the point I'm trying to make here is, if you fall behind, it's fine. Just take over where you left off, okay? The challenge is 60 days, but it's not necessary. I'm a complete newbie. Will this work? The answer is yes. This is actually geared with the beginner in mind, okay? And while it is geared at newbies or geared at someone who's just starting out, even if you've got something going, you can do this. You can come on board. Some people just come on board for the promos. That's fine. Or launch advice. Maybe you've had a couple of launches in the past and you haven't got the results you wanted. Maybe you've created some products but you're not making sales. We can help put that right. Does a program have to take 60 days? It doesn't. If you want to go faster, we can fast track you. So you can actually do it in less than 60 days. Now, what we don't do, though, I must stress, what we don't do is give you access to all of the 60 days training in one go. You have to show us you've completed what we call phases. So we don't give you access to phase 2 till you show us you've completed phase 1. And then we do not give you access to phase 3 till you show us you've completed phase 2. Because what we don't want to do is show you everything and overwhelm you. Give you information overload. But if you want to go hell for leather, all guns blazing, we can make that happen. Do I need to spend anything else? Yes. We're building a business here. Think about this for a moment. We're building a business. We need tools. We need things that, we need a few things that we have to have. We have to have an autoresponder. I recommend Aweber. You have to have a hosting account. I recommend a company called D9 Hosting that I use myself. We recommend a page builder. I recommend Optimize Press 3. Those are the 3 main expenses. Now, Aweber is about $20 a month. Hosting is about $10 a month. Optimize Press, I think you can get it for $99 per year. So we're not talking huge expenses. Those are your 3 main things you need. I don't have a lot of time. Is that okay? Yes. You can fit this around your lifestyle. The beauty of this training is you don't have to turn up at at certain times. You can do it around your lifestyle. So if you find you work better at 3 o'clock in the morning, or you work better on a Sunday afternoon, you can do that, okay? So you just find the time when you can do this. Again, averaging about half an hour to an hour a day. Can you guarantee success? Yes. I mean, I judge success by 6 figures in the next 12 months. Now, I can't guarantee you'll make 6 figures. I just can't do that. It's impossible, because some people might make a lot more and some people might make a little bit less. I can't guarantee it. But what I can guarantee is you will have all of the knowledge required to generate at least 6 figures per year. And if you implement what we teach and implement what we do, yes, you will become successful. But that part is down to you. What if I need support? We are here to help you every step of the way. You've got live chat in the members area. You've got a dedicated support desk. You get a telephone number you can ring during UK business hours. We've also got the Facebook group where you get a ton of help, and you can reach out to me. If you need to reach out to me via messenger or email, you can, although I don't recommend it. But basically what I'm trying to say is you will get all of the support you need. How many success stories does this program have? We are probably way past 100 true success stories now. And when I say true success stories, I mean full-time internet marketers. Okay? We're not talking someone who's made $5,000 and then done nothing else. We're talking full-time internet marketers as a direct result of this program. How soon can I start making money? You can start making money after about 2 or 3 days, but I'm going to be upfront again. We're not talking large amounts of money. You might make a $20 commission, a $30 commission. You might make a bigger commission. But the serious money comes after the 60-day period when you get your product ready to launch and get it out there. So again, you finally have an incredible opportunity to stop buying product after product, which a lot of people do. They just keep buying stuff and wasting money. Stop spending countless hours at your computer trying to figure this out. I could give you the step-by-step plan of action you need. Finally, stop struggling with information overload and getting pulled into various directions. Again, I can keep you on the right path. Everything you need to know is laid out for you in an easy to follow manner. Finally, stop looking for the missing puzzle piece day in and day out. So you've got 2 options, as I said earlier. Do nothing and keep getting the same results you've been getting, or invest your time into a proven mentor and a proven program and fast track yourself to online success in just 60 days. So that's the final slide, guys. Just go to the URL on the screen, choose a payment option, and get started in the next 5 minutes. Again, we can only take on a handful of students at a time. Okay, so if you've got any questions, guys, I'm here. Just trying to bring my question box up. It's been actually acting itself. Okay, most of the questions I've actually covered. Okay, Dave is saying I don't know anything about product creation. Yeah, Dave. Usually what we find is a lot of people don't realise that they can do something until they have a chat with us. And what we find is the first hurdle is niche selection. And when people get to that stage, we might get a support ticket saying, I don't know what niche to go into. We say book a call. You start with us for 10, 20, 30 minutes, and I guarantee you'll have an idea for a product. We also give you 101 topics that you can choose from. You can literally look at a list of popular internet marketing related topics, and we can, you can pick one, and we can then teach you how to create a product in that area. Jane is asking, does it have to be an internet marketing related product? Okay, that's a good question, and we do get that one quite often. You can create a product in another area, for example, dog training, but it's hard for us to make sales of that product. Now, you can take everything we're teaching you and apply it to something else, but when it comes to promote it, it's very hard for us to do. What we can do, and what has happened in the past, is once you've created your first product, you can then create a second product showing you how you did it. That does work, but we try to gear you towards doing something in the online space, something what will appeal to our audience. Okay, it's not 100% a requirement, but we do recommend it. Okay, Rakeem is saying, do we have to use the page builder you recommend? Okay, so if you've got a different page builder, you can use it, but it gets very hard for us to provide support. We know Optimize Press, what we use inside out. We're actually up to version 3 now. We've been using it since version 1. I know it inside out, and my son Alex knows it inside out. And if you have an issue or you need support from us, we can usually go in and fix it. But if it's a different page builder, it gets hard. Now, if you're a master with another page builder and you're confident, yes, you can do that. But if you're just starting out, I would recommend you go with Optimize Press. Okay, so we've got a lot of people excited here. If you're in, just put a comment. I'm in. Oh, there's Mark. Literally, must have read my mind. I'm in. Marcus has just said I'm in. I do believe we did have a limited number of slots, and just let me tell you how this works, guys. We do pull this down when we take our allocation, and then we usually take it down for about 3 to 4 weeks. We make sure we get people through our first phase and make sure support has died down, because that's what usually, when we bring an influx of people in, we've usually got a lot of support, a lot of questions. We send them out a welcome video. We actually have a strategy session with you if you're up for that. We've got you on a welcome webinar. There's lots going on, but once we get past, it's usually about day 10, 11, it starts to slow down. So then we consider opening it back up, and that's how it works. Okay, so basically, if you see it's sold out, you'll have to wait maybe 3 to 4 weeks. Okay, unless we have a big influx, and then it might be longer. But So yeah, we like I say, it's not an indefinitely open program. It does close from time to time, and simply because we want to make sure we are supporting the people that are coming in. Okay, we take great pride in our support. Okay, how does it work if we want one-on-one time? That was from Chris. Right, so what, like I said earlier, if you want one-on-one time with us, you can book a call. Okay, that's the way we suggest you book a call. We've got a booking system what basically allocates your time slot. It works out the different time zones, so it doesn't matter where you are in the world, and that's the way we prefer you to do it. But if that doesn't work for you, you can actually ring the office. My son Alex always answers the phone every single time. He's the telephone gatekeeper. But as soon as you say you're in partnership to success, if I'm available, I'll take the call there and then. If I'm not available, we'll simply call you back. That's how it works, okay? And obviously you've got the support desk, and we've got live chat in there as well. So if you're watching a video and you've got a question, you can literally jump on live chat and we will answer that question for you. Okay, Robin is in as well. Welcome aboard, Robin. Okay, so I don't know how many slots we had left, but I do know, let me check my email, we might actually be quite close. Let me have a look. Yes, we might have a couple of slots left at this moment in time, guys. So it's up, if you want to get in, the way I look at it is you've got this guarantee, and as long as you're prepared to follow my proven step-by-step 60-day training, you cannot fail. You cannot fail, because you're going to be in a position to launch a product that I am going to help you promote. Okay? Right, and so most of the questions, like I said, I've already answered, or they've already been answered in chat as well. So most of that has been taken care of. Right then, guys, I'm going to end it there. I wanted to try and keep it below the 2-hour mark. So I do want to congratulate you if you're in. If you're in, congratulations, well done. I'll be sending you a welcome video. You're going to see a personal welcome video from me. That usually happens within a few hours, so you're going to get a personal welcome video. You already will be logged into the members area, all that's automated. You'll also receive another welcome email as well. Basically, we send you a bunch of stuff at the start just to make sure you've got everything you possibly need, okay? So congratulations to people who are in. I can't wait to start working with you and helping you over the next 60 days, and then obviously ongoing for the next 12 months. Can't wait to see what you do. I'm going to end it there then, guys. I do want to thank everyone who's attended. Remember, I gave you a ton of good information on this webinar, so put it into practice. Don't just sit back and do nothing, okay? And if you do want to get in, the link is on the screen. This is your last chance to get in. Hopefully, I'll be seeing you inside the members area very, very soon. So once again, thank you guys. My name's John Thornhill, and I hope to see you again very soon.